Now, I'd like to welcome everybody to this very special occasion. First of all, I'd like to welcome Mr. Hugh Elliott, who is the British ambassador to Spain, and his wife, Antonia. Also, I think I would like to welcome representatives from the British Council in Madrid. I think so. No, well, British Consul, the consular in Madrid, yes. Oh well, these are the representatives of the British Embassy here in Spain. I'd also like to welcome everybody else that's been involved in this school. First of all, I'd like to welcome the children, because that's the reason for our existence. I'd like to welcome the parents, many of whom I taught when they were younger, not anymore, but when they were younger, I taught. And I'd like to represent the staff, here present the representatives of the staff, the senior members of staff who actually have done all the organisation for this event. I don't do anything like this in the school anymore. And finally, I wish to thank my family. My family has been very important to me. My sons were too old, except the youngest who was a little while with us here when he was very small. But they were involved. They're involved in the school since they were 9 or 10, in lots of different ways. And now, of course, my grandchildren have all been through the school. Every single one of my grandchildren attended this school. And in fact, my family, which is very important to me, I think it is important to most people. And in fact, my granddaughter is going to present me with a great grandchild in August of this year. I hope I will be around soon. Yes, Mr. Elliott, over to you.
Well, thank you very much, Mrs. Pritchard, for the very warm welcome. It's a great pleasure to be here in the school. My mother was a teacher, my father was a teacher, my wife Tony is a teacher. I taught for a year, but I wasn't very good at it, so I became a diplomat instead. So it's really nice being in a school environment. It very much feels like home, and I think it's quite extraordinary. People have been telling me about the school a little bit. We look forward to learning lots more about it and about what you do, what you get up to, what's happened over the last 50 years. And I can imagine little did you probably know when you opened up in 1972, wasn't it?
In 1972.
With how many students? 15?
17. That number I remember, 17 students.
17 students. Well, quite extraordinary what you've achieved over the last 50 years, collectively. And I congratulate everybody who's been involved with that. Because I hear you're a beacon of excellence, both academically and in the sporting world, I'm told.
Oh, yes, definitely so.
Yeah? And so, and particularly in basketball, somebody told me.
Absolutely.
Which is a sport which I should be really good at. But I'm not. So, just to say many congratulations. I hope that a future ambassador can be here to celebrate your Platinum Jubilee in another couple of decades. And meanwhile, really look forward to seeing the school and wish you all the very best. Look forward to talking to you and finding out what you all do. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and good morning, ladies, gentlemen, and children. Thank you to the ambassador and his wife for being here in such a special occasion. Thank you, Mrs. Pritchard, for so much. I've learned so much next to you in the last few years. Not 50, because I've only been in the school for 22, but I've learned a lot, so thank you, thank you. I'm the head of the secondary department. My name is Pedro, and firstly, I'd like to introduce the team I've brought down here today. I'd like to introduce Mrs. Anna Wagner. She's not a teacher, but she was a student in the school over 25 years. And not just that, she's the mother of 3 Canterbury students. So she's going to say a few words to us in a minute. Now, Mr. David is the head of sixth form, Mr. Jack, deputy head, and we brought some members of the student body to represent the secondary school, Alfonso, David, Alejandra, and Kerenza. Okay, so now I'm going to pass the microphone to Mrs. Wagner, who represents all the parents from Canterbury School in the last 50 years.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to participate here. I'm really honored to be able to say a few words and represent not only parents but also students from Canterbury from a time ago. I started in Canterbury when I was 8 years old, not so many years ago. As soon as I heard about it, my parents decided to bring my sister and me here in the middle of the school year. When we visited the school, then on Juan 23, the sight of Mrs. Pritchard jogging with her class along Paseo de Chile and up to Lopez Socas already indicated that this school was definitely different from what I had experienced before. After studying hard over Christmas and having some initial difficulties in keeping up with the class in the beginning, I started to enjoy it. We weren't spoon-fed. Collaborative work was organized around different projects, promoting independent thinking and the use of our own skills. On Mondays, we had our school assemblies. For Christmas, we sang carols in the English church. And at the end of each school year, we had a play, most often a musical. The Wind in the Willows, Oliver Twist, Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat, or West Side Story, directed by Mr. Harvey from his keyboard. Many of us still know our lines, not to mention all the songs. Soli and Tilde made our school lunch. We had this delicious Spanish omelette on Wednesdays, pasta with tomato sauce on Fridays, and the less popular vegetable soup on Mondays. I think I can still recognize some of these patterns even today in the menu. Organization of the school into houses stimulated friendly competition and team building. We were Shelley, Keats, Byron, and Shakespeare. That was the best team, that was one. We have always had a sense of belonging. This is one of the things that makes Canterbury so special. Indeed, we still keep contact, thriving in different parts of the world. The Canaries, Madrid, Barcelona, London, Bristol, Brighton, Santiago de Chile, or Tokyo. We share a WhatsApp chat called Forever, where we discuss both personal and world affairs and have polite debates, but also play and compete in Wordle, in English, of course. In fact, my friends at Forever took part in putting these lines together, and I would like to thank them for that. But of course, we have to talk about Mrs. Pritchard, this energetic, perseverant woman who was decades ahead of her time, not only regarding education, but also diversity, equality, and tolerance. She was capable of building this marvelous school from scratch. She started, now I learned, that with a bit more than a dozen students in a small house under a bridge. And look at it now. More than 1,000 students in top facilities, a dream come true. No wonder she was awarded the Canarias Gold Medal 2019. But she could also leave the school keys in her fridge at home and then search wildly for them for the rest of the day. We even came up with a song for that, but I won't sing it today. And what a sense of humor she has. As 8th graders, one day, we were waiting for our teacher to come to our classroom and had set up a trap for her. The paper basket was arranged on top of the door, prepared to fall on the teacher's head. But the head teacher came in instead. After staring at us in amazement, Mrs. Pritchard burst out laughing. "It's the hormones, you know," she said as a forgiving excuse. We, the hormonal teenagers, were so relieved. Later, as a parent, I learned that having happy pupils was an explicit aim of the school. Happy to come to school, happy to learn. A school where you grow up to be open-minded and accepting, where you receive personal and individualized care, and where you are allowed and encouraged to be different. As an example, I'll tell you that my brother-in-law and his wife were considering school choice for their daughter. When my 8-year-old son learned that they had chosen Canterbury for his cousin, He approved. Good decision, he said to his uncle. But years before we got that far, I had to convince my husband, of course. We were living in Denmark with 2 small children at the time, and were discussing whether we should move or stay. My husband wanted to come back to Las Palmas. All right, I said, you choose destination, but I choose school. Now, seeing our children flourish, he wishes he himself could have come to Canterbury as a boy too. And I won't tell you which one he went to. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Wagner. I'm just going to pass the microphone now to the students. I think it's important that we hear the students' voice. They're the core of the school.
First of all, thank you very much for inviting us to this wonderful event. We could not be more honored to be here. Today, we unite to celebrate the Canterbury School's 50th anniversary. 50 years ago, nobody would have thought that this community would have flourished into the nurturing and great institution it is today. This is all thanks to the continuous effort of hundreds of teachers, staff, and the thousands of students who have set foot in the school. All of these students are undoubtedly grateful for not only the education, but the unforgettable bonds and memories which the Canterbury School has made.
During our journey at Canterbury School, not only have we been fully supported throughout our studies, but we have been given an essential opportunity to learn the best skills possible and apply them on a day-to-day basis. A formidable example of this is the carnival we organized as an event during a global pandemic for over 500 people, which turned out to be a great success.
This carnival started out as an innovation by none other than our open-minded founder, Mrs. Pritchard, who didn't hesitate to unleash her students' creativity and developed a whole new learning experience for students as it stands today. Now, the newly founded Canterbury Students' Union continues with this philosophy of personal growth whilst making everyone smile through a whole lot of extracurricular activities for the younger students.
We should all be proud of all the achievements accomplished at Canterbury School, with having students unleashing. We should all be proud. We should all be proud of the achievements accomplished at Canterbury School, with students continuously excelling in multidisciplinary fields and national and international levels, and learning at the most prestigious institutions all around the world. On behalf of all Canterbury students, we would like to thank all teachers, both past and present, and most of all, our founder, Mrs. Pritchard, for making all of this possible. We could not be more grateful for studying at Canterbury School. We unite to celebrate 50 years, but also to await the many more that are to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, Mrs. Pritchard. Congratulations to the Canterbury community. Remarkable achievement. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for thanking me. I've had nothing to organize this today. All be your thing. So thank you.
Okay, I think it's our turn now. My name is Lindsay Gale. I'm the head of primary. I have brought 3 year 6 this way. Sorry, we're everywhere. I brought 3 year 6 pupils with me who have poems about their experience of colour.
My school. My wonderful school is 50 years, and it's a place where you'll never see any tears. Different types of teachers, working here and there. They are all so special, doesn't matter where. New friends we make, we see them every day. Like a family, we love to laugh and play. Computing is so interesting, with Scratch and other things. And in music, we all love to sing. We're curious, we're honest, and we never fight. As we grow, as we learn, these memories will be in my mind. Our school is now 50 years old, but to me I think it's worth than gold. Teachers will teach us all that we need. That's how we learn to write and read. I like math, science, literacy and art. I also like trips where we can even drive a car. From the window of my class, I can gaze onto the mountain. Secondary school, they can eat snack by The teachers in my school are very kind. They work together to grow our minds. I'll never forget the friends I've made here. I'll hold on to them forever, that is clear.
In this school you can walk chapters and learn. Don't worry, don't fill up with awful concern. Canterbury School is not awful, it's not boring at all. In fact, it's probably one of the less boring of them all. The teachers have taught us that it's okay to be different. I think this learning will become part of the puzzle of my future. The school fills my heart, and what I'm saying is only the start. It inspires every one of its students. Many children have learned to respect and follow the rules since Mrs. Pritchard founded this school. And I assure you, you will surely drool at the sight of the food the cooks prepare, which fills your stomachs with so much care. I am so happy this school is my fit. I just have to say, Canterbury School is great.
Okay, thank you children for doing that. I'm going to hand over now to Wendy and the children from the South School.
Thank you, Lindsay. Well, we've travelled all the way up from the south today just so that we can tell you how important our school in the south is. Elisa and Adele are 2 year sixes in our school, and Elisa's going to start.
My name is Elisa, and I am in year 6 at Canterbury School, Maspalomas. I arrived in 2018 and I cannot speak any English or Spanish. However, now I can speak English fluently and confidently. I am also improving my Spanish every day. Speaking so many languages is going to open many doors for me in the future. I like that we have small classes, which is really beneficial for our learning. We are also lucky enough to have a splash park, which is really nice for the summer or on any other hot day.
Good morning, I'm Yael and I'm in Canterbury School, Maspalomas. I've been in this school since nursery. Every year I learn more, hence I'm now ready to move on to secondary school. I've loved my time here because the school feels like a family. Our school is surrounded by stunning nature such as mountains or mango trees. In conclusion, this is a beautiful place to learn.
Well done, and they're going to hand you over if I can find it, Pam, who's head of the infant school. Who's running away from me?
Hello everybody, I'm Pam, the head of the infant school, and this is Paula, the deputy at the infant school. We've got some of the infant children, the reception year 1 classes out here, because we're in the infant building. The little ones are having their lunch, but the reception year 1 are going to sing a song for you all about their school. Okay. Well done, everybody. If you'd like to sit down again now, infants, thank you very much. Now we would like to ask our ambassador if he'd like to plant the tree with the help of some of the secondary students. It's our special Jubilee tree.
I think it's fine.
We're working out how to plant a tree.
Tip it in or... Oh, thank you. Can we give the ambassador a big clap, everybody? Some children in reception got some flowers to present, I think. For the ambassador's wife and for Mrs. Pritchard.
Oh, thank you, my dear.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for these flowers, but thank you very much for the song as well. And I just want to congratulate you all, especially for being so very good, sitting down quietly in the sun and then just standing up and singing that beautiful song. Thank you.
Well, thank everybody for being here. I mean, this has been an amazing journey of 50 years. Thank you, Mr. Elliott, for finding time in your, for sure, tight agenda to join us on such a special day. I would like to thank teachers. Without them, this would not be possible. I mean, this is the result of incredible work from all the teaching staff. I would also like to thank parents and students. You are the reason for our existence. Without you, we will be nothing. Thank you very much. And finally, I want to thank Beryl for this amazing 50 years, from a small play school to one of the best schools in Spain. 88, still pushing, still leading. Thank you very much, Beryl. And now, please, you can look inside and have something to eat and drink. Thank you very much.